Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second installment of Real Talk with the Heathen and Quack. Now, let me go ahead and bring on my partner in crime, the man that's always got two fingers for you, Dr. Quack.
Oh, yeah, you know I always got those two finger salutes. They're coming.
Greatest catchphrase ever. Now, we got a couple decent shows we got to talk about, and I actually have my notes today. I surprised myself. I was actually prepared. So we've got to talk about, we've got November 18th to talk about Saturday Night Riot. We've got the Monday night show, Monday Night Ignition. We also have the WGP Winter Warfare show on the 19th to talk about. So we just need to get right down into it, shall we?
Definitely.
So the first match that I see that we're looking at is NDT versus Josh Steele.
Yeah, this is a pretty classic one-on-one fight. I know these guys, they fought each other consistently throughout the years. This is not going to be their first time battling. I will tell you the biggest thing I love about this match is NDT's game here has really stepped up. Like, this is not going to be a match from a year or two ago where NDT couldn't really compete with Josh Steele right now. I think that NDT really can compete and may possibly win this match. It's going to be a good one, I think. And as long as Josh Steele doesn't underestimate it, I think we're going to get a close fight.
I think if he doesn't overestimate it or overeducate it, because something that Josh Steele is really well known for is which some of us would call it word filler promos, the ones that want to use the longer words just because they've read it in a dictionary. You know, sometimes that can come back to bite you because, to me, I think that can get a little bit repetitive. And as you said, the role that NDT's been on, I think Josh Steele's going to have his hands full.
Tell the truth. Steele, no, I'm not saying that because, look, NDT has proven people wrong here as of late in many different places, but I think he's going to be able to make this match competitive and may pull an upset.
I mean, as a wise man once said, any given promo, NDT has been living that lately.
Yeah, and by the way, you at home out there watching, if you got picks, by all means, tell us who you think is going to win these matches. We want to hear them.
Exactly. Second match we have on that card, actually a championship match. The Outbreak Championship between Sergeant Havoc and Stumpy. It seems like Sergeant Havoc's on a mission to get that Outbreak title back.
He really is. I mean, the last time he got the Outbreak title, there was, of course, the whole controversy involved in that. But the bigger thing here is Sergeant Havoc has raised his game some. Now,
Sergeant, go ahead.
I'm just saying, is it enough to beat Stumpy? I don't know. I love the hype I saw from him this week here, him and Head out there. I thought that he kind of nailed it on the head when he felt like he's going to win this match. I got to go with the champ on this. I think Havoc's going to put up a hell of a fight, but I'm going to go with Stumpy.
I've been watching Sergeant Havoc for since I've laid eyes on him, and that was in HSP. He's slowly gotten better. I think we touched on this last week. He's been listening to some of the veterans in the business. But Stumpy, the reigning defending Outbreak champion for a reason. I mean, he had one hell of a fight with Bossellini, and I don't know. Stumpy is Stumpy really the unbeatable champion, or can Sergeant Havoc complete the mission?
Definitely. I mean, that's what's going to be interesting. Here you go. Well, with Sergeant saying the too much F 28 times in a 3-minute promo, that could be a factor there. I mean, it depends on the league where you're talking about profanity. Sometimes fuck is okay, and sometimes it's not. Here it's okay. We don't care. We don't give a fuck.
Well, I'm going to go ahead. I know I see what she's talking about because that's something that I have also seen. Sergeant Havoc does tend to use fuck quite a bit in his promos. And if that's one thing that you learn as a rookie is cussing every other word doesn't sell your promo. So that may be a little bit of a mental note for Sergeant Havoc going into this match against Stumpy, who really don't swear as much.
I do agree with that. 28 times is too much.
I think we're going to have to start putting up a counter for Sergeant Havoc promos. How many F-bombs does he drop? See if he tops that F the World song by ICP. I think they're getting close.
Oh, my goodness. What's next on the ballot?
We also have a tag team non-title match between Hardcore Havoc and the Reunited Nation.
Yeah, I know how you're going to feel. That this is going to be an interesting match. Again, you got Sergeant Havoc with now his partner Landfill taking on you and taking on Purge. That one there is going to be interesting because I will tell you, if out of all four people, I'm going to say Landfill is probably the Arn Anderson of this group. You can put him with anybody and he can make a pretty good promo as a tag team. He will probably be the leader in this tag team. I can feel it, you know. But it should be a good fight.
I'm going to keep this one strictly professional. No hands behind the back, no cross fingers. I think it's going to be a good fight for myself and Purge going against them. Me and Landfill's had multiple matches in the past. Unfortunately, I've shut down just about every tag team that he's came at me with. But this time he's got Sergeant Havoc. Sergeant Havoc, we've said before, he can be that dark horse. So, I mean, honestly, if I got to say my attention is on one specific member of that tag team, I think I'm going to be watching Sergeant Havoc just a little bit more because I can already know what I'm looking for from Landfill.
Now, that's something there because he has two matches on one card. One's a non-title going against tag team champions. The other one going against the Outbreak champion. Does that play into it? Is that going to be a lot of a strain when you have two different matches on the same card and you've got to prepare for them? I mean, that's got to be a lot of mental strain there.
100%. I've done it multiple times. I mean, Champion Showcase, 3-0, baby. But that's just me. But that is definitely a strain trying to prep for 2 to 3 different matches on the same card and not coming out to where one promo plays right into the next one and people are they already know what you're going to say. To me, that kind of kills the flow of the promo. So if he's figured out how to do that and not have the strain be that obvious, I mean, I think that's the way to go. I mean, if he's got the hair on the peaches, then, you know, I'll get more to it. I mean, I did my share of that shit and it ain't easy.
Well, I know you got somebody in your corner here. Definitely, Mama Purge thinks you guys will end up winning this match. That could be.
I mean, Mama Purge been on a hot streak herself, so I mean, we got to follow the winning advice.
that was Mozart, yes.
All right. We have, this is the big one. The main event. I had to do that. I had to do it. I watched y'all. I had to do it.
You do it.
The Revolution Heavyweight Championship. Johnny Exodus versus Big Sweet.
Yeah, this match, I've watched both men and their hypes here and the preparation they've put into this. I mean, I will say this, Johnny Exodus, since I last saw him, which is probably a year ago, you know, when I saw him over in the Inferno, he has improved some, but this is Big Sweet. This is the Revolution Heavyweight Champion. This is a guy that I will tell you that he will come at you fast and come at you hard. You know, he doesn't pull punches. There's a reason why he is the Revolution Heavyweight Champion. I think he retains on this. I mean, Johnny Exodus, I think he's going to put up a decent fight, but I don't see it. I don't see a shot in hell here with Big Sweet losing this match.
I can see your point where I'm going to have to agree that says the champion retains because I've watched Johnny Exodus' hype. I've watched the last couple that he's put out, and he's it seems like he's trying to go for that storyteller kind of vibe. But if he's trying to match that with Big Sweet, I think that's going to be his biggest challenge because Big Sweet is one of the best storytelling promo artists, you know, to ever tell a story. So, plus with Johnny Exodus, as you said, he was scarce for a year. How much rust is there? I mean, how much, especially in a big match situation? Because if you're coming in fresh, only I'm not sure how many matches he's had exactly in Revolution leading up to this, but going against Big Sweet for his World Heavyweight Championship, that's got to be a lot of stress on a new guy, especially somebody coming back after a year.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be tough. I'm definitely with you on that. I think Big Sweet ends up winning this match. It may be a 2-1 or a 3-0, but it's going to be, I think Big Sweet's going to end up coming out on top.
Well, we move on to the next show, or should we pay a few bills?
Let's move on to the next show here, because we got the other half of the Revolution Inferno joint page here. We're going to talk about the Monday Night Ignition, the Spitfire.
Yes,
I'll take care of this one here for you, because I'm curious here, because we've got the Spitfire Championship, and we've already mentioned him twice on this show. Now we got a third match with him. Sergeant Havoc and Purge one-on-one for that Spitfire Championship rematch.
Oh, the storyline that led up to this match with Sergeant Havoc coming out saying that he's found a tag partner to go against the Reunited Nation. Then the Reunited Nation comes back with the stipulation that if Purge doesn't win against Sergeant Havoc, they get their shot at our tag titles. That match came to a draw the first time. This is that comeback match. Can Purge get that W for the Reunited Nation and claim that Spitfire Championship, or is Sergeant Havoc going to get the W and then probably in the near future come for those Revolution Tag Team Championships?
I think this is going to be a very close fight here. I can see, Purge has really improved just so much, over the last, couple of years, just really as far as advancement. This is going to be a good fight. Both these guys are hungry. Both these guys want to have gold. I'm telling you, this is going to be, probably measured by this much. There's going to be one mistake one or the other is going to make, and that's probably what it's going to come down to. It's going to be a close fight. And look,
I think,
of course, you know where Mama Purge is going. Where is Mama Purge? I couldn't guess that, folks.
I think that's going to be match of the night. I'll make a bold prediction saying that's going to be match of the night. Because as you said, they're both hungry. I mean, Sergeant Havoc wants to redeem himself for people saying he was handed that championship. And I mean, Purge's search for his first singles title in Revolution.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see who does that. Now, I only have one more match, unless you know something, because I only know one more match that's on this card, and that is for the Inferno Championship. Hollywood Haywood defending against AEP.
Oh boy, AEP and the showman of the Soulfire division, Hollywood Haywood. Honestly, I don't know, man. I think since AEP lost the Soulfire lost the Showdown Championship over in PPA or PUA as it's named now, I think he's kind of fallen off. I mean, he's not bringing that same intensity. He's not bringing he don't have the questionable promos. It seems like he's just coming out and raging on screen as of late. And Hollywood Haywood, I mean, he's the Inferno champion. He's been the Inferno champion for a while. If AEP don't bring something special, I think Hollywood I think he's going to have his way with him.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen on the Inferno, this is probably going to be his toughest challenge to date. I feel like he's had a lot of easy matches over in that division. That's not his fault. That's just where the competitors are. But I do feel that AEP has a shot here. I mean, I've seen him in the six-pack challenge over in HSP. He looked really good there. I've seen him fighting in WGP. He is not somebody, like a year ago, you might have been able to sleep on AEP. Now you can't necessarily do that. I don't think Hollywood will. I think he's going to come out there and bring a strong promo, and he'll probably end up winning this match 2-1. I'll say at least. Could be a sweep, but I would definitely say that AEP. If you sleep on him, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I do believe that if he brings out something special and Hollywood Haywood doesn't prepare for it, I think we could see probably the upset of the year.
I would definitely agree. And I'm like I said, I'm not counting him out, but I mean, Hollywood, the showman himself, everybody knows that. He'll tell you, trust me, he's tough.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're going to go on and pay some bills.
Got to get them bills paid.
And as you've seen there, folks, we got 3 big shows we're going to be talking about next week. We're going to be talking about PUA. We're going to be talking about Heart and Soul with Soul Harvest out there. And we're going to be talking about Final Feast over in APF. I'm sorry, what is PUA's show? I apologize. I just saw it and it went blank.
PUA show. I don't have that one.
See, look at that. Pops up just like that. I apologize. My mind, I've got a lot of things going on today. But yes, those 3 shows we will be covering next week. We'll be definitely talking about all that. But now we've got one more show we're going to talk about. I'm going to let you lead this one here.
All right, we have WGP Winter Warfare on November 19th. The kickoff match looks to be the WGP Heavyweight Championship, DB Greatness versus the Vagabond.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, that is the name of the show, The Risk of Reward.
Yep, thank you, Purge. See, I played it twice for you there. But anyways, DB Greatness, Vagabond, WGP Heavyweight Championship. That match there, I really like. I think this is probably going to be a show-stealing match. I mean, DB Greatness has held that title for quite some time. I think Vagabond might be able to pull this. It's all going to depend on what kind of promo he's doing. I mean, a lot of people have said this when they've seen him. He's had the echo issues. He's had the graphics kind of out there. It can play good or bad depending on what the judges are seeing, because I've seen that in many different
Exactly. But
Vagabond, I think, can come out here strong. If he plays it right, he might be the new champion. But I'm going to stick with DB Greatness, just going by what I know of WGP and this matchup here in general. I'm going to go with DB Greatness.
You're going to go with DB Greatness. Honestly, my personal opinion, I wish Vagabond would come out and cut a match promo the same way he cuts his lives. I think we mentioned that last week.
We did.
But I would love to see it, because I think you minus the edit, you minus the background, you minus all the extra BS, I think Vagabond could be dangerous. But Vagabond is trying to perfect that craft of the editing, the subliminal kind of messaging.
Somebody go tag Vagabond, tell him to watch this show. He needs to listen to this.
I mean, Vagabond, if I had any words for Vagabond, it would be, bro, just drop the edits. Drop it all and cut one. I would ask for one, just one match promo as he does his lives. And I think DB Greatness I think we'd be looking at a new champion. But if Vagabond brings that same old edits, echo effects, I think DB Greatness is going to walk away with it. So to me, it's more of a wait and see to see what Vagabond, even to see what DB Greatness brings to the screen, because I've seen him at greatness, and currently he is the greatest in WGP.
He definitely is. Well, I'm going to talk about this other match. I'll lead this one here. Yeah, the Havoc Championship. Don Krypton taking on the Young Gun.
I'm going to go ahead and jump on the first one. Will Young Gun actually show up? Because I only say this because over in PPA, he was supposed to face me for the King of PPA title, and he no-showed.
Oh, wow.
So, can he bounce back from that? Because it seems even a ways back, he was having attendance issues or connection issues. Is he still going to be suffering from those problems going into a big match against Don Krypton? Because Don Krypton ain't no joke. I've seen quite a bit of his work, slow, methodical, but he will pick you apart like a storyteller or a big Sweetwood.
Yeah, I like what I see from Don Krypton. Definitely, he comes out there with strong. He's got multiple titles all over. I'm going to say, even assuming Young Gun shows up to this, I don't see the title changing. I don't. And Young gun, now he's tough, and he can definitely bring it. He can be fired up, but I don't see this going to outweigh Don Krypton here. I actually see him continuing on with that title.
I can't go against the grain with this one only because he no-showed me. So, I mean, I got to stick with I say the champion retains.
Oh, I get that.
Now, we'll move on to the WGP FTW Championship. Hollywood Haywood versus Mama Purge. Who you got?
Now, see, this one here, this is where things can get interesting. Because I'm telling you, Mama Purge, she is riding off a high note. She has came out strong in many different places. Her win-loss record is really great. I love it. I mean, in that six-pack challenge in HSP, she came right there with the money. I mean, she was tough in that one. This match here, this is why I'm wondering, because
since we're
huh? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when you talk about people who want a promo in 8 or 9 different places, that has to weigh on you, okay? And when you're a champion in multiple places, that has to weigh on you. Eventually, one of those is going to
100%.
You know, and this is Mama Purge's time. And you can't underestimate her. She's been a women's champion over an Elite Mark. She has had a win-loss record, like I said, really well. I think this is her opportunity to come out here and shine. She could become the FTW champion.
Quick question, since we mentioned the six-pack challenge, this not specifically for you, but for the comments. What do you consider a bare bones promo? I want to leave that to the comments, get that out there, because honestly, I want to see Mama Purge win this one. I want to see Mama Purge win her first big world championship. But can she get over losing to Bossellini in such a controversial fashion? I know the frustration's there. I've heard the rumors that it was frustrating to take a loss for that. And I really want to see her win this one. So I got to pull for Mama. I mean, it's everybody's favorite mom. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I've always been told it's the judge's call. It's the judgment call there. That's the ones they make. That's what I've always been told on it. You know, that's up to people to decide that are above my pay grade. I'm just a host here. You know, I don't make those. I kind of like that.
Well, we keep it real here at Real Talk. So we'll move right on to the next one to avoid any further controversy. The Fire in the Bank match spot on the line between Sness and Dante Black.
Yeah, now that one there is going to be interesting. Sness, I really like what he does. I mean, he generally, you know, for a character that is from the video game world, he keeps it somewhat fresh. He wants to make sure that, you know, he's always pulling something out. You can't just go and grab something to say that's exactly what he's going to do. But Dante Black, you know, what I've seen of him, he's very rough, but I like the roughness that he brings out there. It kind of is going to make a good contrast of a match. I think I'm going to go with Sness on this one. I think Sness will end up coming out with this victory.
I've seen a little bit of Dante Black's work. I mean, he is, as you said, rough around the edges. Still seems like there's a little bit of newness there. But when it comes to Sness, I love watching the Sness promo just to see what video game he puts his opponent in or what kind of boss level he goes to next. I mean, it's always exciting to watch a Sness promo. I can say that. So I have to agree. I think Sness is going to pull this one out just because, from my standpoint, I think Dante still has that little bit of green left. I think that's going to be the deciding factor is what rookie mistake could Dante Black make?
I'm definitely agreeing there. And we also got another match here. Dr. Doof, I don't know, there's another doctor in the house taking on Magnus Blood.
I really don't know much about Dr. Doof. I'll be honest. I know it's an alter ego. I believe it's an alter ego of somebody in the roster. I'm not going to give away names, so I'm incorrect. So y'all just do the assuming for yourself of who it is. Magnus Blood. I do know some of his work. This is the one we were trying to talk about last week, the one that can't really stay consistent with a quote-unquote gimmick or character. It seems like he's struggling to find that right fit. I mean, there's not much more I can really say about it because I think we touched on most of it last week.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I got to go with Dr. Doof on this. This sounds like, a match where this should be winnable for him. I mean, even if he's having a bad day, I still think this should still be winnable. If he slips up once or twice, I still think he's still going to win this match.
Then we have the.
Good. You do that, sir.
I do believe. Yes, we have that's the main event.
Main event.
Wait. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got you. Main event.
Yeah, this ain't the main event,
Ice
but this
Band.
is the card.
Oh, well, that's all I have on mine, so we may have to get the main event off yours because mine stops at.
You're good.
Iceman Bobby Miller versus Buckshot. If Buckshot wins, he will get a PUA Tag Team Championship match at Fire in the Bank.
Yeah, Iceman Bobby Miller. I can honestly say I do not know nothing about this guy. I know Buckshot. I know what he can do.
Buckshot's
very
dangerous.
Solid promo artist. As long as he cleans his garage, which he looks like he's done over the last few months here lately. So yeah, I'll take Buckshot on this one.
It seems he's found a way to make the garage work for him because when I was watching him a couple months back, everybody was giving him stuff for it. Everybody was giving him and he's found a way to work that into his promos. And I love how he can adapt that quickly. Iceman Bobby Miller, I also don't know much about him. I mean, if anybody does, they can feed it to us.
Right. I tried to search on the WGP page. I found nothing.
That's my search is turned up dry. So I gotta go with the man Buckshot only because I've seen what Buckshot is capable of.
Yeah, I mean, you can't call what you can't see, and that's something there. But you know what? I want to ask you something here real quick. Before we sign off, I want you to give me a shout out who you've seen this week that really just kind of blew you away.
Who to give the shout out to? Honestly,
I have seen him. Yes, thank you, BWO Iceman. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still going to go with Buckshot. I think he's more experienced there, but this should definitely be a good fight. Thank you.
I want to give a shout out to. Yes, if I want to give a shout out to anybody in particular, I mean, I got to go with Mama Purge's showing in the 6-pack challenge. I mean, to step into a multi-man match, still being relatively fresh in HSP. I mean, she showed up and showed out. So, I mean, that's where my shout-out's got to go.
I'm going to give my shout-out over here to Stumpy because I'm telling you, that match there, I watched his hype. I watched a lot of hypes here over the last few days. And I'm telling you, Stumpy came out there and he looks strong. And I think he's going to do well here, defending his championship.
I do believe so. Stumpy, he loves reminding people that he is the greatest Outbreak champion, and I see him go. I see him continuing this run for quite some time.
Definitely. Well, that's the end of our show here. We'll see you all next week. I'm Dr. Quack.
And I'm the Heathen.
Later.